Synth Hefner, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Samurai?
Doing all right. What are you at today?
Well, you know, I'd like to discuss something that I saw very disturbing last night about three individuals who basically trashed the wonderful community of independent synthesizer owners and hobbyists and musicians and people who just like to play with synthesizers.
Yeah, I kind of caught wind of that too, man.
Yeah. Um, As you can see, I am by myself today here in the mansion. I don't have any of the lovely synths around me. I gave them the day off. But I would like to say that Matea, great musician, um, amazing what he's done for Sequential and other synth companies.
A
Uh,
real American, seems like.
he is an American, I guess. He lives in Los Angeles, California. And he's done numerous projects, right? And then you have, Epson Kraft, who I really was interested in him and kind of looked him up a little bit and try to figure out what exactly he does. And then you have Miles Away, who is a very interesting young man. Uh, he has a lot of exotic and expensive synthesizers in his dojo. Um, but
It seems like the three of them like the expensive things, which,
yeah,
you know,
it's nice. I mean,
yeah,
not all of us can afford those things, although I am Synth Hefner.
that's right, baby. You got a few pretties around.
I've got some lovelies.
That's
Um,
right.
but I just want to say that I don't really appreciate number one, Miles Away trashing on Behringer and saying that what they do doesn't affect uh, well, actually what they do, it really isn't a matter of research and development for them. They just basically poop the stuff out of their bum and they become synthesizers. Come on.
Yeah, what do they think people are pooping since?
Yeah. I seriously. And
Behringer might actually spend the most money of any synthesizer company on research and development. How's that for a shocker?
I would imagine they must, because it takes a whole team of those people to actually what is the word that you used before?
Reverse engineer?
Yes. So reverse engineering is a very, very big deal. I don't know much about it. I do know that when it is done, you have a team of people that slave and work hard to get to that point of being able to send out that product and make it available for everyone, right?
Yep.
So Epson Kraft, Matea, and Miles Away, I would say, again, they're amazing. I don't really know what Epson Kraft has done. I do know that Matea is a very established, well-known, musician, and he has his own synth packs out and things like that. And he's worked for Sequential and other companies, and I think that's wonderful. And I'm not gonna diss him in any way, other than the fact that the way and I know he was heated and angry. I get that. I
You
get
call that you
heated.
call that anger? Who was angry?
Matea.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about miles away.
No, Miles Away was very chill.
Yeah.
Epson Kraft was very snooty.
Yeah.
Matea was angry.
Tay was pissed.
Yeah. But I think the anger came out. I'm going to stick up for him a little bit here. I think the anger came out in a vicious way, and he kind of denounced the little guy like you and I. Well, I am Synth
Yeah.
Hef.
You're Synth Hefner, baby. You're little, but you're big in a big way, you know?
Oh yeah, So I mean, and I understand that Epson Kraft, kind of got under the heat a little bit of all of us. So, what are your thoughts, sir?
My thoughts are, after listening to this and thinking about it this morning, is Epson Craft, I coined the term this morning. He's doing truffle trolling. All right? Truffle trolling is a very sophisticated form of trolling where you throw a grenade into each camp. He threw a grenade into the synth hobbyist camp. He threw a grenade into the synth snob camp, or
Right. Oh, did I lose Samurai? Oh, you
Yeah, so I want to cut it for a sec. Yeah, he's an absolute purist. He loves it. So I put him in the synth snob category. I don't mean that as an insult, right? I don't mean that as an insult at all, because I'm a beer snob. So I don't mean that as an insult. And what he did is he threw a grenade into each camp, and he caused this uh, crazy tornado of attacks against him. And then you got the synth snobs going after the synth hobbyists. Now you got the synth hobbyists being like, screw you, you bunch of synth snobs, you rich ass, and each going after each other. And then also they're like, screw you, Espen, you know, you snob, and you VST loving snob, and you synth guilt snob. And then it's like also Matea's being like, oh, Matea's just a snob. It was synth too. And then you got everyone attacking everyone. And then old Espen's sitting back on his throne of synth skulls, laughing all the way in the bank to 30, 40, 50, 60,000 views on this video. Interesting topic. But like I was saying earlier this morning, these three guys, with all due respect, every single one of them came after the little guy. Every single one of them have no idea that you got guys like me and you out here and all the synth renegades out here working 8, 10, 12, 15 hours a day, working our asses off to support our families with the hopes and dreams of getting a goddamn minute in the friggin' day after we take care of everything else to go into our bedroom or our studio after we've saved up a bunch of cash to buy one of these expensive synthesizers that Mateo said are only for the music people, only for the professionals, and Epson Kraft saying you're stupid if you buy one because you're getting fooled, you know? Just buy a VST and sit at your computer all day. There's people who out there who work hard like us and then they're like, it's only for people who make music. It's like, well, what's music, man? Music means you are making sound that brings joy to you or others, whether it's recorded, it's gone into the ether forever. And it just kind of pissed me off when I started thinking about it, because I'm like, man, all these cats are attacking the everyman. And the everyman needs to be like, you know what? Screw the three of you guys. You know, I get what you're all saying, but why are you hating on us? The synthesizer, none of these goddamn synthesizer companies would even exist today if the blue collar hobbyist wasn't buying these damn things. Because guess what? Professional musicians wouldn't be able to keep Sequential open. Professional musicians wouldn't be able to keep Moog and Oberheim and all those companies open. It's the goddamn hobbyists who keep these companies afloat that allow these professional musicians and Epson Kraft, which I think did the truffle troll job, which I'm actually kind of respecting a little bit now. The more and more I think about the layers and how he made that video and the grenades he threw into both camps, I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing there, man. Respect. And I also respect Matea for being like, man, screw you. But Matea took the bait. Epson dangled the big little synth worm, and the big shark came up. The big shark, Matea don't make videos like that. And he came up and grabbed that worm, and now he's on the hook. But guess
Very
what?
well, very well said. I agree with you. And I
Live cringe. This is live cringe, someone said. This is this is synth TV, baby. Of course it's cringe.
well,
What's up, Anthony?
I guess you could say that it's live cringe, but you know, we're trying to build something as a community, and you know, things like those videos. I mean, so here's the thing. I watch Epson Kraft. I've subscribed to his channel many years ago, and he never really did things like this. And like you said, he kind of went and he threw a grenade in every camp, right?
Yeah.
And then Mateo kind of marched in and basically, or Mateo, whatever his name is, kind of marched in and, you know, he kind of decided, well, since the dust has settled a little bit, I'm going to take some shots at the rest of the civilians here. And then you had, and I could be wrong, but then you had Miles Away turn around coming in as the general going, well, you know something, fellas, I agree with everything you both said, but you know, this is how I feel, and took a shot at one of the biggest synth companies in the world, which I believe now is Behringer.
Yeah. So Miles comes in. All due respect to Miles. Miles comes in and tries to be the mediator. He starts the video super hot, and then he kind of just sits on the fence the whole time and plays both sides, which is cool. But basically, he gives Espen his like little rub, and he gives Matea his little rub. But then he goes and kicks all the synth hobbyists in the nuts.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a goddamn professional musician to actually enjoy synthesizers. You don't need to be a friggin' guy who's out playing live shows every weekend when you're trying to work 80 hours a week to enjoy synthesizers. You don't have to be stupid if you buy a $3,000 synthesizer. You don't. So this is the thing, man. The lights in these companies wouldn't be on if it wasn't for the little guy. And these three cats are attacking the little guy, man. They're attacking the everyman. And it's annoying, actually, to be quite honest with you.
And I agree.
Pissing me off, bro.
No, and I feel the anger. And I was, like I said to you, when the dust settled, I had a chance to review and think, and analyze myself. And I think all three of them were wrong.
Yeah, I do too.
And that being said, I know, somebody did say in the chat, I think it was Anthony, that this is live cringe. My outfit is a bit cringe.
I think it's beautiful, man. I'm loving that robe.
But
Synth
I
Hefner, baby.
am the Synth Hefner right now. So, this is my character and I kind of like it. I love this little robe and the
Looks
ladies
good, man.
around me right now.
Damn right.
But, all that being said, and I'm reading some of the comments here, and it said, Victor Korftron says, it just demonstrated how our little community is healthy and unique. So much negativity outside the Kumite. And I couldn't have said that better.
Yeah, dude. It's like,
And
listen, yeah, go on.
but I just want to say one thing. I know that I can be very negative sometimes. We all can. Negativity, it's the easiest thing to do in life. Being positive is very, very difficult because we can feed off negativity. We feed off of each other. When we did our show last night, Echo Kraft and Synth Samurai, on the Synth Fighter show of Synth Samurai's podcast, we took the bait. We took the bait. We took the negative bait, right? And the problem is because it made us angry and we didn't like what happened, right? And
it's friggin' hilarious.
it is funny in a way, but you also have to remember that getting to the basics of what we do, we all make music.
I know.
Kraft said that we're all synth worshipers. Well, what the Christ is he?
You know what he is? He's a synth atheist now. He went through his days of synth religion where he built his temple and he was probably the happiest man in the world. And I told you last night, he's got, and I hope no one gets offended by this, he's got BSG. He's got boomer synth guilt, okay? He acquired all these synthesizers. He had the best time of his life. Something happened, and impulsively, he got rid of them all because he felt so guilty that he spent so much money on these, and now he knows he can never get them all back. So what he's trying to do, he's trying to steer all the young bucks like myself, all the synth babies, away from that journey. He got this cat got to touch everything. He touched every single synthesizer and a few escorts on the way. All right, he got a hold of them all, and
Mind you, I just want to let you know that in the synth,
all due respect,
there are no escorts here.
Yeah, no offense to the ladies of the night, all right? No offense to the ladies of the night. But he goes out there and he's trying to steer everybody away from the point that Miles Away made, where there's like a kinetic interaction with the hand and the synthesizer that's different from the mouse and the computer. And that was a great point. And what Espen's trying to do is he's trying to steer everyone into the box, into the VSTs, because he went through his whole journey. And then he screwed up and he snapped and he got rid of everything and he can't get it back. So he doesn't want anyone else to have it, like a little socialist always does.
Oh, well, that's a very good point. He also, like
you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. I am Epson Kraft. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. You'll have no synthesizers, only your mouse and the light of your screen, dimming your eyes till eternity.
But Samurai, you have to admit also, he did keep some of his exotic synths, right?
Yeah.
He did keep some of his, he kept the 106, he kept the 88 key Yamaha. He also has a sequential in the background while he's talking about this stuff. So, I think he clickbaited everyone and we fell for it.
He truffle trolled it, man. He truffle trolled it. It's
He did.
genius. I'm giving him respect. Like, we're having a laugh here, dude. You know, I'm not pissed off. I could give two shits about this, really. But to be honest with you, it's just these dudes. They annoy me sometimes. They just get a little bit annoying because it's like Mateo was the most not annoying because Mateo's was raw emotion.
Well,
Mateo's was
Mateo
pure.
Mateo is the blue collar of synthesizer players. He's the guy who works for a living
Yeah,
doing that thing that we want to do for a living.
his was raw.
His was raw.
Espins was truffle trolling, and he knew what he was doing because
Oh,
he
he was,
tells you at the beginning of the video, he's like, "I'm throwing a grenade in your living room, so freak at me after." And
and
then
he
you
was,
got Miles Away, who, all due respect to Miles Away just wouldn't even give his real opinion. You know, which all
well,
the synth mafia does. They never give the real opinion.
Epson was actually reading off his computer, so
Yeah,
he made no.
script,
This was all premeditated. You
premeditated truffle trolling, the best
and
kind.
and to be honest with you, it did piss me off a little bit. So because it is annoying,
Yeah, it's
but
annoying.
I'm going to change gears here
Yeah, what's up?
because I'm going to talk about something that you shared with Echo a little while ago, and that is Behringer is releasing their what was it, the Prophet 8,
The Pro 16.
the Pro 16, 16 voice, and again, it's a clone, um, and it's gorgeous. It's in
Absolutely
beta
friggin'
testing
beautiful.
right now, and I imagine this thing's going to probably come off around $1,100.
1,100, I'd say they'll come in. Yeah, they'll come in $1,200, and then they'll like slowly drop down to 1,000, and then you can get a 16. The only thing is it'll be interesting to see what they got under the hood. A lot of people are saying they're doing the Hydrosynth style, going to throw two Pro 800s under the hood, right? So they'll take two Pro 800s, throw it under the hood. That's fine.
Well, think about it. If they do that, right? I mean, that's kind of interesting, right? So they give you the Pro 800 in a keyboard form with some nice wood,
Yeah,
right?
except it's a Pro friggin' 1600, and if they put a panning where you can pan, imagine they do a split where you can do the Daniel Fisher pan 8 voices to the right, 8 voices to the left, and then
That would be interesting. That I don't I that would be interesting, but that to me sounds kind of like something Roland would do, and
mm-hmm.
I don't think that Behringer. No offense to Behringer, because we are the Behringer Bros.
That's right, baby.
I don't think that they want to put that kind of technology into this synthesizer, only because it's supposed to be a replicant of,
I know.
classic.
Goddamn clone again.
Yeah, and I mean, not for nothing. Well, I just want to read something in the comments. I don't know. Can you
Yeah,
read? Can you see the comments? QWL music.
yeah,
If you want to just read that, you read better
yeah.
than
Can
Samurai.
can you get similar with VSTs? Yes, but people love hardware, and there's nothing wrong with that either. It's your money, so spend it however you want. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I do. Again, Synth Hefner, possibly could purchase several synthesizers of that price of $5,000, $8,000.
mm-hmm. No doubt.
Um, Anybody that's a hardworking musician or a hardworking blue collar guy like us, who we all have jobs and we all work, I believe that we can afford those kinds of synths if we really wanted to. It's also a good way to get divorced and thrown out of your mansion.
Yes, indeed.
Uh,
Yes, indeed. The,
um, but
the
I like Behringer. The fact that they are making a clone again. Um, it interests me, but my gas meter didn't go up.
Nah, I got no interest in that one, to be honest. The only Behringer synthesizer that I'm interested in now, to be blatantly honest with you, is the PPG clone, the Behringer Wave,
Okay.
with the digital oscillators, analog filters. That's what I'm waiting for now, and that's the only thing I'm excited for, except for like the Lin drum and the BMX and a couple of the drum machines coming out, uh, and the VC. What is it? The VC3 something, that weird quirky one. I can't
Right.
remember. It's like a little box. I can't remember, the VC3S or something like that. Uh, I'm excited for that too. But
Yeah, I mean, and again, QWL music. You know, I tend to agree with him in this comment, uh, but yet I also, again, if you'd like to read that, Samurai, because I really
yeah, so he says the reason I'm bored with Behringer is there's not much they make that I can't get from Arturia V collection. That said, I do like their originals. Giving them to you for listen. This is what I mean. This is what's so crazy. Like Behringer is literally understands that the majority of the people aren't rich. The majority of the people do not have the money to afford a lot of synthesizers, and people who want to get into synthesizers and hardware for 199 bucks, 200 bucks, 300 bucks, Behringer's making it easy to build a little tiny setup where you've got analog synthesizers that you can enjoy that's almost like a gateway. Behringer's actually helping people because they're getting people interested in it that then are going to move to sequential and Moog and Oberheim, you know, once they get a taste for it. So Behringer's doing a service for the whole synth community. And
I believe you're right.
do you know what I mean?
I totally agree with that. And the fact, I also agree with QWL Music, what he says here, you know, I wish they would focus on their originals. And
Yeah.
you and I have both said that several times. I wish that Behringer would come out with another original synth. I know the DeepMind 12 were based around the 106, but it's still a very original synthesizer by them because it has many things that the Juno didn't have, you know. That being said, you know, I'd like to switch gears again.
Let's go. Let's go,
Um,
man. We're on the clock, baby. I got 9 minutes. Let's roll.
all right, I know that Arturia just released their entire synth collection, the V10 collection, onto now their Astrolab, and I knew that was going to happen.
And Pigments.
You know, I knew it was going to happen
And the
because
Mini
that,
Freak.
to me, all the Astrolab is, quote unquote, it's a VST in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
And you can say that about every synth, just like Epson Kraft did. However, the thing that upsets me is that they released their MIDI controller with none of that.
Yeah, they're doing the controlled release, right? They gotta squeeze one more drop of synth milk out of that damn keylab is all they're doing, right? It's like
Yeah,
we got one more synth udder pumping synth milk. Let's just squeeze this udder one last time, and they go, and out comes the Mark III keylab with no friggin' full touch tech. But that's coming next year, 2025. You know it.
and they didn't package it with the V collection, even if it was a V collection light.
Yeah,
You you know, and then I got to say this, you know, Native Instruments yet again released complete. What is it, number 15 now?
yeah.
Come on. I mean, I
I don't
love Native
know.
Instrument stuff, but again, it's like, to me, that's so. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to get a lot of shit for this. But Hefner's on camera right now, and I'm going to say this. You want to talk about a scam? Let's
Let's hear
talk
it.
about Complete.
I
Okay.
don't know much about Complete, so give me the
Every year,
8 minute
Complete.
PhD.
Every year they come out with a new version, and it's not like just a regular upgrade. It's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that being said, I stopped buying Complete back in, I don't know, was it Complete 4? I said I'm done with this. You
Yeah.
know, uh, and again, VSTs, right, in the box. Um, Now they're saying, oh, hey, we're gonna hook you up. You buy an Astrolab. You know, we're also gonna now allow you to download Complete packages and use it on your Astrolab. Well, I got news for you. Rolling SoundCloud, mic drop, done. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm telling you right now, I was a Behringer bro, but I'm going full rolling raw dog now, man. I'm rolling raw dog all the way because Roland to me, after me just digging in a little bit, because I kind of like, dude, Roland got forgotten about. And then we kind of started talking about the Juno X and the Jupiter X, and we started watching some videos. And like, damn, man, these synthesizers are powerful. What's going on here? Let's keep looking. And then you start looking and you're like, Roland's building this new sonic laboratory in Tokyo or Japan, wherever it is over there in Tokyo. I think it's in Tokyo. And I think that what they're doing is they're not stupid, man. The Japanese and the Chinese and Asia, you know, over here in the West, we think short term, you know, we want it
Right.
now, we want it fast, we want it now. And over there, they don't. They plan thousands of years ahead. Okay. And this is in every aspect, whether it comes to war, geopolitics, music, manufacturing. They're planning like centuries down the road. Like Roland's probably got the next 2,000, 3,000 years already planned out.
Well, I mean,
Because well,
you have Roland and Korg, who have been major players in the synth community for a long time. Um,
mhm.
then you have Yamaha. Now we all ragged on Yamaha. We're like, why doesn't Yamaha come out with some analog stuff and blah blah blah? Here's why. Yamaha has a niche. Yamaha also makes billions of other different
Yeah,
products,
motorcycles,
boats,
boats,
right?
come on.
Everything.
Yamaha, you know what Yamaha is? Yamaha is Japanese for Yakuza,
Well, here's the
okay?
thing. The niche with Yamaha is uh, the motif and was it Modex,
Mod X, yep.
right? That's a niche. And I got to tell you, that's a killer synthesizer, man. It's a great workstation. It sounds freaking amazing, as Yamaha stuff does. Yamaha drums, Yamaha pianos, they all sound amazing. Yamaha guitars, basses, their high end stuff is amazing. So that's their niche. They don't have to, they're letting everybody else play in this analog digital realm while they just keep putting out. Like, I was like, at first, I was kind of poo pooing Yamaha about that. Would I ever buy another thing like the motif again? No, that's just me. I did it. I loved it. I fell in love with it, but it wouldn't allow me to do certain things.
Like you said the other day, it's a great singer-songwriter keyboard,
Excellent, right?
right?
And that's their niche. They're not gonna build another CS80, man. And why would they? Because not for nothing, the CS80 to me, I played one years ago back in the '80s, and I wasn't impressed by it, to be honest with you. I would have preferred a Jupiter 8 over that.
Yeah.
You know, um, but I just think that I think that Yamaha has their niche. Korg and Roland, like you said, are kind of like they brainstorm. They're kind of like taking it to the next level. They've been
Hmm.
doing it for a while now, right?
Hmm.
Um, our companies, our legacy companies that, like Matthias said, has a lot of, you know, uh, people involved and, putting out very fine instruments. I don't know, you have Bukola. Is that how you say it? Never played one. Well, I did actually. I did play a Bukla.
How about this though, bro? There's something for everybody. Epson Kraft tried to make everybody. What Epson Kraft did is very subtle. He's basically saying if you buy a synthesizer and not a VST, you're stupid, right? Basically what he's saying is you're too dumb to realize that the synthesizer companies are bending you over, is what he's saying. This is the translation, okay? He's
Yes,
like, if you
that's
buy
what
anything
basically.
other than a VST or a Hydrasynth, you're so stupid and you don't even know you're getting bent over your own keyboard, is what he's saying. And then you got Matea coming in and saying, Epson, man, you're a tool, you haven't done nothing. And 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 then like synth clout on him being like, I've done it all, I'm the man. And you don't know what you're talking about. And by the way, these synthesizers aren't built for you hobbyists. So he's lumping Epson Kraft in with all the other just hard-working dudes out there trying to have a good time with synthesizers. And it's like, Matea, chill, baby. Chill, baby. You wouldn't even have a goddamn job, homie, if none of these synth hobbyists out here were buying your goddamn synthesizers you're putting patches on. That's the problem. All your patch packs that you make and all you make, you wouldn't have a job at Sequential. You would have a job as a producer. You would have a job making music for famous people like you do, but you wouldn't have a job making sound patches at Oberheim and Sequential if people like us weren't buying synthesizers to come home to and spend a half hour a night if we get the goddamn time with to try and like release some of this energy that we got pent up all day and meditate out into the atmosphere. So like chill out, homie.
I agree. I
And
agree.
and old Miles away, dude.
I
Pick a
agree.
side, bro. Pick a side. Miles, come over to the Synth Renegades. It's way more fun.
Absolutely. I just want to make one comment here.
I got
Uh,
I got a minute and a half. Let's roll.
DJ Vortex said that Roland are true pioneers. Yes, they are. And he says, just remember the D Beam. Well, I just want to fill you in on a little bit about the D Beam. The D Beam was a small company in America that came up with that product, and he sold it to Roland. So that wasn't really Roland's. That wasn't Roland's product, but he did sell that to Roland, and Roland decided to put it into a lot of their synthesizers. And the D Beam's brilliant. I talked about it before. But yeah, man, Samurai's fired up. Synth Hefner's just chilling in the mansion today. Probably going to come out with a little bit of a video tonight. I got an issue though. I
So
can't hook up my Ambient Zero right now because I don't have a cable that's long enough. So I might be taking a run down to
do
my
it. Go get the cable immediately. Just go get it.
Gotta go get at Git Center there and see if they have the cable that I'm looking for. But anyway,
Yeah.
pleasure, Samurai, and thank you
Main
for
point is,
joining me.
main point is, main point is Matea and Espen, and not so much Miles away because he's kind of just, he didn't really make a choice of who he supported. But both of you guys,
Barringer.
Matea and Espen, just remember, we are the ones who are keeping all these synthesizer companies alive. The
Amen,
hobbyists are
brother.
keeping these companies alive, not you professional musicians, nothing against you, but it's the hobbyists who are keeping all this afloat. Just like it's the hobbyists and the hardworking men around this goddamn planet that keeps this ball spinning, if you actually think it's a ball, which is debatable. All right?
And I own a Rev 2, and I just sent you a thing that the Rev 2, all of sequential stuff just went up in price. The Rev 2 16 voice now is $3,000. I bought mine when it was $2,400.
Well,
I bought it when it was $1,900, and I actually added the 8 voice to it. But what is that telling you? I get it; it's inflation. But come on, it kills me too. And I know you got to go, but I got to tell you this: their prices are going up, and Behringer's dropping their prices.
yeah.
Go figure.
Go figure, man. Like I said, they're trying to get that last bit of synth milk out of that synth udder on the synth cow. I got to roll.
All right. I'll see you later, Samurai. Thank you for joining me at the mansion, and have a wonderful day.
All right. Say hello to the ladies, baby.
So, guys, I just wanted you to know that I wanted to have that discussion again with the Samurai. I am playing a character. This is Synth Hefner in my mansion. And I just want to let you know that I love all you guys. I love the discussion. I love the fact that we have a community, and we're going to try to keep it more positive and try to stay away from the negativity. And I did get kind of negative last night on the Samurai show, and I apologize for that. But yeah, man, where are all the hot chicks? Well, Uncle Jerry, you got to understand, this is Synth Hefner, and Synth Hefner actually has not women, but synthesizers surrounding him. And I let the ladies off today because the studio needs to get some sleep right now, and I got to go pick up a cable so I can go back in there and stick that thing in the old synthesizer hole and fire that ambient zero up, if you know what I'm saying. But that being said, again, I love all you guys, and the Samurai says slew slew. And Synth Hefner says what I always say. Echo always says this, and you know that. I always say, stay frosty. And staying frosty means stay alert, all right? And stay creative. We all have synthesizers. We all create. We all love music. And don't let the doldrums get to you. Don't let the whirling dervishes get to you. Let them whirl, all right? So peace out to you guys. I love you all. And yeah, God bless the synth community. Peace.